as I unmute my mic. Hey, it's Jimmy. You're astute, Taurus. We got camels. It is Hump Day. Little snafu here this morning. It is early for me. I'm about 20 minutes early. Typically, I'm on at 6:20 a.m. But it is Hump Day, and Wednesday being Hump Day, I've decided to share my Wednesday morning lives with our good friend from Downunder, Mr. Shaun Ornellas. Hi, Shaun. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you, Jimmy. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning and good evening.
Thanks for the applause. Appreciate it.
Good to see you, my friend. How's things going?
I thought I'd have a toast to you.
Hey, now, what do we got going on there?
Well, I figured that you put up with me for at least three sessions, three live sessions on you. I thought I'd have a drink to that. So, cheers, buddy.
Well, here's the three sessions, my friend. Cheers to you. I love it.
Oh, sorry, that was a shameless promotion. One of our shot glasses.
I love it. Shameless promotions are allowed. They're
How
very
you
much
been?
allowed. I'm doing well, thank you. We've been busy. I didn't do my live stream last night. It was my oldest son's birthday, so we decided to spend the evening celebrating his 34th birthday. So
30, 30. We're getting old, mate.
we are. We definitely are. We started young, but yeah, 34.
I must say bidet to Nick, considering that he said bidet to me. So, bidet Nick, how you going, buddy?
Hi, Nick. How are you? Nick's saying, good morning, guys. Things are still really great here, taking it day by day. My old friend and seeing where life takes me. We grew up together, and she is great. Hopefully, it's the start of
Something fantastic.
something good. I was about to say, Jimmy, you were muted. I was. A little early for me. Like I said, I'm still trying to get the cobwebs out. What state am I from? I am from the great state of New Hampshire, one of the original 13 colonies here in the northeastern part of the United States. How about you, Nick? Where are you from? We know
I'll
where
let
Shaun's from.
I'll let young Nick answer that question because I think he knows where he's from. How do you like that? You're actually getting some of the green screen through my jacket.
I can see it. I can see that. Is it a different color?
Yeah, the jacket has got green and black in it, so you're actually getting a
The,
lot more of a display than I usually have because Ilana
yeah,
usually sits over here.
the green, the green in the jacket will do it. He's from Minnesota. Shaun, you're from Detroit, right? Detroit, Michigan.
Not me.
No,
Alabama.
from Alabama. Could be from Tennessee, down with Kenny.
Yeah, it could be, but not. I'm from a little place called Gauteng, which is the province used to be known as Transvaal, and the city was called Johannesburg.
Aha.
Now I'm in the fair city of Melbourne, Victoria. So,
So you
here's
moved from South Africa to Australia.
best way to go. Cheers,
There you
buddy.
go, my friend.
Cheers to
Cheers.
everybody out there.
What are we
Now,
shooting? What are we shooting this evening?
say again.
What is it that you're drinking? Aha! Excellent. Man after my own heart. Drinking whiskey.
Yep.
Nick says he has extended family in New Hampshire and can hear the Northeast in my voice. LOL. They live in New Boston, Concord, Epsom, Portsmouth, and all over New Hampshire. Yeah, those are certainly towns. New Boston is probably maybe 45 minutes from here. Concord is right up the street. Concord is about 15 minutes on the highway. Epsom is about another half an hour. Portsmouth is a beautiful seaside town. Um, it's where the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard is. They build nuclear submarines there. and that's about a 40-minute ride. We've done a couple videos on Portsmouth. It's a great place and a fun place to hang out. Yeah.
Okay, now silly question. How far away from Boston is New Boston?
Yeah, that's a good question. Probably, if I had to guess, it's probably an hour, at least an hour from
So why the
Boston.
name?
It's a good question. So if you look at the names around New England, there's a lot of new stuff, new this and new that. New England, New Hampshire. I mean, we kind of know how they got that name because Hampshire is a place in England, of course.
Hmm.
Um, why they named it New Boston? That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe some folks that lived in Boston moved up, settled there, and decided they liked the name. I have no idea. It's a good question.
People do strange things, don't you agree?
I would agree wholeheartedly. Good morning, Shirley. How are you? Thanks for popping
Hello,
in.
Sherry.
If you're still here, um, so how's things going down under, mate?
Well, exciting news. Cruising has opened up not only for Australia but New Zealand as well.
Excellent.
So they've started talking about cruise ships going both ways, both to New Zealand and down to Australia. Now we've got some new shipping coming in, and apparently the newest cruise ship by Virgin, the Resilient Lady, will be calling Melbourne home in 2024. So
Oh
that'll
wow.
be exciting.
Have you cruised Virgin
No,
before?
not yet.
I have not either. Um, that's exciting news, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad for you guys that they've opened it up totally and for both ways as well. So um,
Now the
they've
question comes with the testing,
yeah,
because coming into the US, no testing. Going on the cruise ship now, we don't need to test because we're under 16 days. Coming back home may be the question.
right. Yeah, they're still pretty strict in Australia. I've been watching some news reports, not to get too deep into the news, but yeah, they've got you guys in somewhat of a stranglehold still.
Well,
So
interesting thing you say that, Jimmy. When the cruise ships first started leaving out of Sydney and Brisbane, the news reporters were lining up along the shore there. You've got COVID on board, and this morning there was an interview with somebody who was involved with the cruising community, and the question, one of the people said, one of the the news reporter said, "So what about this COVID?" And the lady kind of turned around and said, "COVID's everywhere, mate. Get a clue." And that was about it. End of story. Next
right.
topic, please.
Yeah, let's move on. It's not the big deal that it was, and
No.
you and I both work in the medical industry, and especially emergency medicine, and we're
Yep.
not seeing anything near the severity that it was. It's if folks have it and it's not asymptomatic, it's the symptoms are pretty much like catching a cold. So, which is a
Correct.
good thing. So
Absolutely.
it's really a non-topic now. So
Yep. And it's now stay at home 5 days and then you're out there.
exactly, yeah, yeah, no big deal like it was. So, which is like I said, it's a great thing. I maxed out of my time for Europe for next year. I've added time in Amsterdam, Vienna, Austria. I'll be spending 5 full weeks overseas, not including flying days. That's awesome, Nick. Nick, do you work travel internationally for your work, or is that you just having a great time doing what I want to do? Matt sneaks into the back corner. Good morning, Matt. How are you, my friend?
Mate,
Um,
you've been sprung.
I bet you're on the road, sir. He's working. I'm sure he is. I have 150 days till my Delta flight departs from Minneapolis, St. Paul, heading for Amsterdam. Schiphol? Is that what they say?
Schiphol.
Schiphol?
It's
What is
Schiphol
it?
Airport. Schiphol.
Schiphol Airport. Okay. And my parents both had COVID last week. It was just bad colds for both of them, not much of anything anymore. And that's right. I mean, COVID's definitely a real thing, but thank goodness that the it's kind of mutated into something that's, like you said, Shaun, like the person that was interviewed. It's everywhere, and
Yep.
it's just like catching the common cold.
Just
Or
get on with it.
yeah, let's just move on. So, you're subject to all kinds of things when they put 2,500, 3,000 people into a floating tin can. You're bound to catch something. And we I've talked about Colleen has lupus, which, if anybody knows what lupus is, it's a disease that affects your autoimmune system, and she's subject to catching all kinds of nasty things, and it can be bad for her. So we learned to adapt to traveling uh, with her lupus the way that folks have kind of learned to adapt to travel with COVID. And this was before COVID even happened. Um, we were taking all those precautions anyway. She wears a mask and a pair of gloves on a plane. And when we sit down on the plane, I carry the disinfectant wipes, and I wipe the tray table down and the armrests and anywhere that we're going to touch. I wipe that down so that she doesn't get any nasty. So I think everybody should just do that anyway. Um, Bring that with you on the cruise. I'm sure you guys do. You probably have a packet full of the disinfectant wipes that you bring on board with you. So
You know, Jimmy, to be honest with you, I have no idea what's going in the suitcases. All I'm allowed is a Ziploc bag. So,
that's right. The Ziploc bag with your Speedo.
that's it.
I work for UPS carrier here in Minnesota. I wish I had worked to be able to travel more. I'm just working my calendar to max out my days off. Fantastic. You get to do a lot more traveling than I do for sure. I get to travel from home to my office to other people's homes within my town that I work in. And then I travel back home lately. That seems to be the only traveling we're doing lately, but we'll get there. I prefer my
Yep.
vacations to be like I'm set up for Europe. I don't find enjoyment in a cruise ship, but to each their own. And I can
Oh,
understand.
Nick's favorite type of holiday transport is Amtrak, catching
Is
the
that right?
trains. Yep.
That's something that I would like to do. I have a coworker who, and I'm not going to tell you what. I know it was Amtrak, but they have certain names for the trains. I think he went to Chicago, and then I think it was the Zephyr train, but I could be wrong. And he
Mm-hmm.
traveled from Chicago through the Rocky Mountains and Wyoming and Montana and all that, all the way out to California. And that sounds like a fun trip. I think that would be kind of the way that folks, at least in this country, used to travel by train before there was planes. So,
Mm-hmm.
did I say? No, you
You
did
said
say
you.
United States Postal Service. I said UPS. Sorry about
Yep.
that. You work for the Postal Service, and I apologize for that. It is early for me. I've been dealing with, I know I've said this before, but I've been dealing with a lot of brain fog and
Yeah,
lethargy,
you had your
fatigue.
appointment.
I did. I went to the appointment, and there's a couple things that we're looking at. It could be sleep apnea, or it could be I was bit by a tick about a month ago, so we're looking at some tick-borne illnesses. So I should have my results back from my blood test today. I'm hoping today. So
Do
um,
you snore?
I don't. No,
So
I don't snore. I don't.
that's
I,
interesting for sleep apnea then.
right. Yeah, the doctor asked. He asked me the same thing if I snored, and I said no. I don't.
At least you
When
don't hear if you do, right?
Well, and I asked Colleen. I mean, she would be the judge. Um, but she said no. She said I don't snore. So um, I would rather it be the sleep apnea, I think, than a tick-borne illness. Uh,
Absolutely.
but we'll see. We'll see what's happening. Maybe it's just old age. Maybe I need to sleep more. Taking an overnight 14-hour sleep between from Amsterdam to Vienna in Europe. I can't wait to travel more in Europe. And they do they travel a lot more by train there in Europe, and I think that would be a lot of fun. I watch a couple of YouTubers. Yes, I got to get my cup too. I thought of that this morning when I was making coffee. I said I haven't got my down under cup yet, but um,
We'll
I
fix
just sent
that.
Kenny. I just sent Kenny one of mine, and excuse me, Shirley from Painting with Squirrels. They both had won a giveaway with us, and they just I don't know if Shirley got hers. I don't think Shirley is with us now. She stopped in earlier, but I know that Kenny did. He did a mail call, and he did finally get his cup. Um, I had sent him a package around Christmas, and Porch Pirate stole it. So
And also, Meg sent Kenny a an air fryer as well.
oh no way, that's cool. That'll help with his condition with the gallbladder and that. So
Absolutely. Hey, Nick, you have a very safe day today, my friend, and it's nice to chat.
thanks, Nick, and good luck to you on your traveling. And sounds like a lot of fun. So keep us posted with your travels. Yeah, I was saying I watch a couple of YouTubers that travel in Europe, and one of them travels all over the world. It's this guy from he's from Norway.
Hmm.
Yeah, he goes everywhere, and I know in Europe they're on the train all the time, especially in like the Eastern European countries. They go to like Belarus, and they were at the time going to the Ukraine and Russia and those places. Now I think they're a little limited now with what's going on in the world, but um, that looks like a fantastic way to travel. You get to see a lot more than just staring at the ground.
Well, you want to come and take one of the two train rides that go here, one from east to west. So the Indian Pacific is what it's called. It goes from Melbourne to Perth and back again. Sorry, from Sydney to Perth and back again. So that's right across the wide end. And then there's the GAN, which goes from Adelaide to Darwin.
That sounds great. I would love to do a lot more of that. As a kid, I loved trains. Of course, I had a train set and used to play with them, and I would fantasize about traveling on trains. See those old movies because that's all they traveled with. There were not a lot of plane flights, so um, to me that was kind of an exciting, glamorous way to travel. Hey, I got a question about your backdrop. Where? Tell
Yep,
me where that is.
that is Miami.
Oh, it is Miami.
Yep,
Okay.
it's where and what you see there, the ship that you see there is the Carnival Horizon,
Oh,
and
okay.
that is exactly what we will be doing in. Right now, it's 51 days. We will be sailing out of that opening area there on at Miami in 51 days, heading off to our South Caribbean cruise.
How exciting. Is it 39 days now to the plane?
It is 35 days, to be honest.
35 days to the plane. Yeah, because you're spending some time with family when you first get here in the States, right?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I can't wait for you guys to come and see. And it's your first trip to the United States. Is that's right, right?
First trip to the US, first trip on a Carnival ship. So there's a number of firsts, and I haven't seen some of my cousin's kids ever, and hopefully I get to see his brother, who I haven't seen in over 43 years. So
Wow. Wow. So obviously, are they originally from South Africa?
yep,
Yeah. Yeah.
same
Nice.
town. We
That's
used to spend
exciting.
weekends together.
I'm excited for you and Alana both. you're gonna like it here. It's too bad you couldn't spend more time to really travel the country because it's um, it's a beautiful place. We have so much here in terms of demographic and climate. Obviously that picture behind you, it's a very temperate, tropical area, but
Mm.
where I live is nothing like that at all. It's mostly forests and trees and mountains, and it's a little bit cooler here. Although summertime it gets hot and humid. Right now, it's looking out the window. It's raining and it's pretty humid out. But the winters here can be brutal. The winters in Florida can be cold, but I would say they're more like your winter in a way, maybe a little warmer than that. Their days get up in the 70s, I think 60s or 70s in the wintertime. Their nights can get cold. They do get 30-degree Fahrenheit nights, which are not that um, they're not that often. I think they're somewhat rare. I would say 50s and 40-degree nights in the wintertime in Florida. But here we get minus Fahrenheit temperatures in the winter. -10 is not unheard of. It happens a lot. Very cold.
Jimmy, the issue with coming to the US is pretty much the same issue with coming to Australia, and that is, I reckon that in order for us to get to see the US properly, we would need about 6 months
Right.
to be able to go to each one of the states.
Right.
Similarly, you'd have to do the same coming to Oz. And to be honest, the business and the bank balance can't handle that amount. I wish
And
we
I
could.
and I totally understand. I mean, we're in that position right now where um, it's tough for us to even travel domestically anywhere outside of the New England area right now, just because the bank account can't handle it. And like I've said before, Colleen has a new job, so she has to build a bank of time to be able to get away from work,
You
which
see,
sucks.
that's where Australia has it. You get 4 weeks as from a new fresh employee on the job. You work your year, you get your 4 weeks.
Yeah, we will be lucky. Well, not me because I'm been in this business a long time, but for her, she has to work a while just to get a couple of weeks to take off. And what we do is we've been traveling locally, like and doing long weekends. So we'll take a Friday off and travel Friday, Saturday, and then come back Sunday, or take Monday off, kind of a 3-day weekend thing. So it allows us to do some local stuff, but 3 days isn't enough to really to go anywhere or see anything. So
No,
um, that's one of
and
the reasons why we won't be cruising with you.
I get that, and also as you would be aware, 3 days does not give you time to unwind.
No, gosh, no. I even see some of the cruises that Carnival does, and they're like, "Oh, a 4-day cruise," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, I want a 7 or 8-day cruise. That's what I want."
The
Because
average
like
cruise
you
out of
said,
Oz is 14 days.
yeah, 14 is perfect. That's plenty of time to unwind, and then gear yourself up to go back to the regular life for a while and back to work. Um, the last cruise that we did went out of New Orleans, and that may have been a 4-day cruise, but we planned it so we spent 3 more days when we got back in New Orleans, and because we had never been there. So it was a mad dash to the port to New Orleans, got on the ship, did our cruise, and then came back and then spent 3 days there, which was a lot of fun. And me being a history buff, especially American history, there's a lot of it there. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for me because when we go across, we come and have a look, and we see there's you guys do have a bucket load more history than we do, but by the same token, some of that history is not pleasant history, and I talk about the north-south issue, and it's interesting to see just how the country has developed.
Yeah, this country is it's it's totally or let me say it's unique as compared to a lot of countries because when you go to Europe, the history there is thousands of years old. You know, the same thing in Africa and the Mediterranean. Um, well, and even in Australia, I mean, when you think about the indigenous people that have been there for thousands of years, I mean, and we can go back here with you know the American Indians and that, but you know we've only been a country for not even 300 years yet,
Yep,
and then
yep,
there has been a lot of history here in terms of what you said, the North and the South thing. I mean, we were barely 100-year-old country when we had a civil war here. People couldn't seem to see eye to eye. Um, you know, history can be bad sometimes. I think
yep,
it's in a good way, or it's a good thing to not forget the bad history. You know, like they say, you know, if you try to erase your history, good or bad, it's bound to repeat itself, and we would
yep.
not want anything like that to happen again. Good morning, Shaun. How are you? we
G'day,
need to
Shaun.
we need to take a trip to Colorado for a week. Well, I'm working on that, my friend. We may do this in October. I'm trying to see if I can scrape up the shekels to be able to maybe go there and um,
Jimmy, what's the worst case? The worst case is you don't go and you give the money to your kids. Come
right.
on, spend inheritance.
Yeah, right. We're looking at it. What I'd like to do, I think I talked about this last week, was um, fly there because instead of driving would take some time, um, and rent an RV when we get there, and then
G'day, V.
drive around for a week, and then and film our experiences, and then hop back on the plane and come home. We could
You
probably
know,
do that in 5 or 6, 7 days. So.
you know what, Jimmy? I was having the same discussion with John from JNN, and he was saying drive to Florida or catch a plane. And my opinion is, you want to get there quick, enjoy your time. But on the other hand, if you're worried about the cost of flying and then the hotels and all that sort of stuff, why don't you just take your vehicle and go?
So for us, if we were going to drive, um, especially the cost of petrol, it it would be cheaper to fly, honestly. Um, but so there's uh, there's pros and cons to doing both. The cost of flying would be cheaper than driving somewhere like that. So for us, we're probably 1,500, 1,900 miles to Florida. Um, so to fly that, it would take 3 hours to get there, and it would cost upwards of maybe $400 or $500. To drive there, it would probably cost, even if you were to sleep at a rest area in the car, say, it would take me now at my age probably 3 days to drive there, and then the cost of that would be that would cost, I bet, $600, $800, including fuel. That's in a car. Now to take my RV, we're talking $250, $300 to fill the tank, and that may get me. I don't even know how many miles I can do in a tank. It's not too bad. It gets about 12 to 15 miles to the gallon.
But
So
that's diesel, right?
no, no, it's gasoline. The one that I have is
Because
a gasoline. So
here diesel is quite expensive.
it really is. It's funny how the price flip flop. 2 years ago, gasoline was more than diesel, and now it's the other way around. So Shaun is
But they
saying
say you
we live large when we go to Colorado. I have family there, so part of that I can go and stay with them. So that's what Sean's talking about. Sean. Here's the story with Sean. Not Sean yourself, but Sean Heffernan. He's a lifelong friend of mine. We've known each other since we were very young, and he's like my brother. So we've done a lot of traveling together. And, although I don't think Sean, you and I haven't been to Colorado together, separately, but not together. That's
And
a
you and
state.
Shaun have not been to Australia together either. So there you go.
Um, when Nick P was talking about traveling to Europe and that, my bucket or goal in my traveling goal is to be able to visit a lot of the places, including Australia, throughout the world before I cross the Rainbow Bridge. Just to use a term that we talk about the animals, but I would love to see Australia. I would love to see Europe, the Mediterranean, of course, because that's
Family history.
exactly. So um, I would love to go to parts of Africa. I think that would be great to go to Morocco and Egypt. The northern part. I don't know about South Africa. I mean, you're from there, so
So, my suggestion, if you're going to touch the African continent, make sure you do it within a tour group.
yeah,
You either have to be very knowledgeable about the country you're going into, or you take a tour. And I would advise very strongly take a tour.
yeah, and that's other people have said the same thing. I have family that have gone there, and they said you don't want to kind of truck on your own unless you really know what you're doing. And there are some videos of I watch of some folks that do just the same, and they're like, look, you want to make sure that you travel with a planned group. That way, people won't take advantage of you, and you're
Correct.
safe. Looks like
Correct.
we're off to Australia for a Guy Hell heinous weekend.
Boy, will it be heinous. I mean, you're going to be spending so much time with Aussies in their local pubs. I mean, my God, let me tell you.
I'm okay. What's the popular drink there? Is there one?
It can be beer, it can be wine, it can be Bundy, Bundaberg,
Yeah, yeah. Which
Bundy and Coke,
I need
everything.
I need to get a bottle of the Bundaberg for sure. Uh, is Foster's as popular as what
Oh
we?
God, don't swear at me.
It's
Aussies do not drink Fosters.
good. I'm glad because that's terrible.
No good, self-respecting Australian would drink Foster's beer.
Good. That is what I was hoping because that beer is terrible, and I'm like, it's like Budweiser here. I imagine Budweiser people in other countries must think, yeah, that's what Yanks drink. They're swilling down gallons of Budweiser, and um, there is a portion of Americans that do, but yeah, no, it's not a favorite for sure. So
It's like the typical statement when you talk about Fosters, Aussies will go, let me think about it for a minute. Yeah, nah.
exactly. Um, I miss drinking beer in a way. I love the taste of beer, but it just doesn't sit well with me. So it's funny. The
There are
older I
some
get,
interesting microbreweries here now that are doing some awesome stuff.
mm,
A lot are coming from South Australia. Some is coming from Queensland. We've got some good beers down here in Australia. I mean, down in Melbourne. So there's some good stuff around. Tasmania makes some really nice beer too.
yeah, I'm glad that there's more of these microbreweries and stuff, and they're making these craft beers. I think they put a
Yep,
lot more. The quality of them are better. Some of them are crap, but most of the ones that I've tried are really good. And
yep,
like I said, I think they put more of their heart and soul into making it, and of course, they're making it in smaller batches, so they want to make
yep.
sure that it comes out. I heard there's a kangaroo snot shot. I
Uh,
hope not.
yeah, no.
I hope not.
G'day,
Hey,
Dawn.
how
How
are
are you
you,
going?
Don? How are you, Don? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I haven't seen Dawn in so long. I was in one of her lives the other day, quickly, but when I changed to going to 2 nights a week, I don't see her as often because my nights here are her sleeping hours. So she's in bed when I'm doing my night thing, and so are you, Shaun. Actually,
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, because
So
it's night
you're coming
now.
into the start of your day. It's 8:36 p.m. now.
Yeah, yeah. So it's 6:36 a.m. here. So we we're just getting started, and you folks are winding down. Dawn, you must be getting close to cocktail time. Little watermelon and what was it? Watermelon and ouzo. I think that's what she said it was, or zambuca. One of the two. Hey, Shirley's back. Hi, Shirley.
How you
Did you
going,
get
Shirley?
Shirley? Did you get your coffee mug yet? I hope so. It definitely shipped last week. I got a notification from the company that it did ship. I tried to ship one of the physical one that I had, and it was going to cost me like $60 just to ship it. And I'm like, yeah, no. So it was cheaper for me to just drop ship one to her. So that's what I did. Yeah, you're in. Oh, that's right. You're in Ottawa now. So it could be at your house. So yeah, Shirley said she's in Ottawa. She has a family member that's ill right now. So hopefully everything's going good with you, my friend. Yeah, he's having open heart surgery today. So
So what are
thoughts
they
of
doing, Shirley? Are they doing bypass surgery? Because if they are, I'm going to suggest please don't stress. My dad has had it twice, 21 years apart. He's fighting fit. He's fighting with me much better. So you know they will be a little bit uncomfortable to start, but in the long run, he will be fine.
yeah, the surgical technology today is amazing, and they do a
It
really
is.
good. You missed the morning lives. Well, here we are. We're here this morning. I did one Monday morning. I did not do my evening uh, stream last night because we celebrated my son Nick's 34th birthday. But tomorrow night, I will be back up at 6 p.m. EST. Um, Tomorrow is Shout Out Thursday. So I've started to do shout outs. So if folks want to come in, anybody in the chat that we haven't shouted out before, we'll take a look at their YouTube channel right up on the screen. And I don't want to say I critique it because I am not an expert, but we take a look at what everyone's doing, and I just share the advice that's been given to me. I do go into some live streams of content creators that are really good at it, and they'll critique your channel. So the advice that's been given to me, I try to pass it on to others. So no, it's an unknown tumor on his heart. Once it's removed, they will place two clips on the arteries. Yikes! Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
here's
that's
hoping it goes easily, and he has a
absolutely.
speedy recovery.
Yeah. So thoughts and prayers going to you, Shirley, and to your in-laws.
Absolutely.
Um, don't forget, my friend. You know what we talk about every day, which is PMA. So if you stay positive, positive things are going to happen for sure. I get mixed up when you are a morning. So
Now,
right
uh,
now it's Wednesday, right, Don? So Mondays and Wednesdays are my mornings now.
Dawn, what's your time right now? Because I think you're not too far off us.
She's in. She's. It's definitely afternoon there. If I had to
Yep.
guess, she's probably 3 p.m. maybe. What time is it there, Don?
Because Dawn, if you're anything like us, so simply what I do is I just I just add, um, I just subtract 2 and take off 12 as well, and that gives me their time. So like right now, Eastern Standard is 14 hours behind us. So I will subtract 2, which gives me 6, and then I'll just make that 12 hours earlier. So I like turn the clock around. That's the way I get it.
I'm typing in the time in Cyprus right now. See if I can get it. It is according to this website, it is 1:41 p.m. there.
There we go.
Here we go. It's 1:41.
Yep, that's what she said.
GMT plus 2, she said. So, um, which that's about right because when Angie from Barriotta comes in, it's her lunchtime when we're up. So they're about 6 hours ahead of us. So that makes sense. Well, good afternoon to you, my friend, in Cyprus. And so, yeah, so she says Cyprus time, it's cocktail time. So, what is the cocktail today? Is it your uh, watermelon and ouzo, or are we having something different today? Are we going to have a gin
Watermelon,
martini?
watermelon and ouzo, or
I
watermelon and ouzo is kind of aniseedy.
It is. I think that's what she said. I was watching one of her videos, and it was a video of a timeline through her day. So it was Dawn's day, followed her day. And around 2 p.m., ouzo and lemonade. Wow. Because she had crushed up watermelons and made watermelon juice, and then I put ouzo in it that day. And I said, I've never heard of that drink, and I believe it's one of her concoctions. So
That's an awesome drink, actually.
it sounds
I
good.
reckon. I reckon ouzo and lemonade would be a little bit too bubbly for me because I don't drink the fizzies much. I don't drink soda. Hence, I've been drinking my whiskey neat.
Yes, that's how I drink it. Well, sometimes, so when I'm playing uh, music, going to gigs, I drink it on the rocks because I kind of just let it settle, and that water helps. Because if I was going to drink it neat all night, I probably wouldn't make it to the end of the evening very well.
You'd make C flat sound like D minor.
Exactly. Let's see. She's saying, "Yep, a way to use up the watermelon." Okay, right. And then Shaun, more ouzo, less lemonade.
I'm into that.
So maybe some ouzo with a lemonade chaser. I like that. Yeah,
What
ouzo
about
was
just straight lemon?
right.
Ouzo with straight
Squeeze a
lemon
little.
chase.
I like it. Kind of like doing tequila.
Yeah, well, I've never done tequila, so we'll see how we go on the cruise.
You've never had tequila?
No,
Oh, tequila is good. It's an interesting flavor. Of course, it's made from a cactus, the mezcal plant, and yeah, it's unique. Margaritas are a favorite drink of Colleen and I, which is tequila with lime and lemon juice and a little bit of like a uh, like a sweet mix, like a sugary, whatever they call that. Very good. It's good. Although
well,
you
thanks
can't
for
drink.
that, John.
What's that?
I said thank you to Dawn. She put out
Oh,
our link.
Dawn is she is my mod extraordinaire. That's why I've been missing her. So she certainly helps me while I'm chinning it up with you.
That's nice.
Um, and Najuma as well. Her and Shirley, the three of them are my mods. So whiskey calms the soul for sure. Yes, it does, my friend. Whiskey is certainly my alcohol of choice when I'm drinking alcohol. Um, I don't I don't drink too much. Only on the weekends we'll have a couple. If I'm like I said, if I'm playing a gig, I have one per set, and a set is about 35 minutes of music. So we take a 10 or 15-minute break in between, and then we'll get up. So I'll have three drinks in the time that we play over a 3 hour period.
I learned a very important lesson when I was driving cabs and limos. Most people will go into the alcohol. So they'll drink the alcohol, feel thirsty, and continue to drink. For me, it's simple. A glass of alcohol, it may be a shot of whiskey, whatever, and then a glass of water or fruit juice.
Yes,
Because alcohol dehydrates you, and you don't want to stay dehydrated.
it sure does. So we, especially when we're playing, but we do it anyway. Is we drink water in between. We'll get a bottle of water, and especially when I'm playing, I will. That's what I drink when we take our break. I
Mm.
guzzle 16 ounces of water. Um, on the cruise ship, we buy I buy a case of bottled water and keep it in our cabin, and I drink that throughout the cruise. Um, I'll usually buy a bottle of Crown Royal from them as well. Keep that in the room and in the water, and I
I have
switch off.
yet to try Crown Royal. I believe it's very nice.
Yes, so that's a blended Canadian whiskey, and that's my go-to. I really like it, um, and when I'm when I'm, it's kind of like how do I put it? If I'm having more than two, I'll drink Crown Royal. That's usually if we go to a pub, that's what I'll order is Crown Royal, and it all depends because we have cigar bars here too.
Hmm.
I enjoy a cigar, and I'll have a glass of scotch, but that can be expensive, and that's not made for drinking. It's made for sipping and enjoying. So, um, but yeah, Crown Royal is kind of the drink of choice for me.
Now,
Any, so.
Sean Heffernan has made a comment there. He said, tequila's going to make me want to dance on top of tables. And I'm going to say to him, the only way I dance on top of tables is in my budgie smugglers.
Well, okay. I want pictures. I would think
You won't,
nothing different,
there won't be any pictures of me dancing on tables.
especially in your budgie smugglers,
Correct.
right? But yeah, so tequila is Sean's kind of right. Tequila is a funny alcohol. It'll it affects everybody a little bit differently, and certainly some people will do some crazy things on it. I mean, alcohol in general, but tequila's tequila's very good, and it's different. I think you like it.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, the way that so people will drink it in a margarita, or they'll do shots of it. So they they'll sprinkle salt. Let me see if I can do this. So they'll sprinkle salt. They'll wet this with a lime. So you get a lime or a lemon, and you wet it, and then you sprinkle a little salt there, and then you pour the shot. So then you have the lemon wedge. So you'll eat the salt, shoot the shot, and then chew the lemon. And that's how they do it.
G'day, Arthur. How you going, buddy? Nice to see
Hey
you there.
Arthur, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Let's see. Oh, 6:50. We still got a few more minutes left here before I have to.
Time flies when we have fun. You know that.
It does. Um, it's funny when I first started doing these, I do maybe 30 minutes, and I found that's not enough time. You just start to get into things, and
Correct.
and then you're leaving. So,
You
um,
start discussions, and then by the time you get halfway through, it's like, oh, whoops, time's gone.
right. Don't forget to hit the like button, share out the stream. Um, I know that Dawn has been Tiki Bar, awesome. Um, Dawn has been posting our links. Don't go and check out Shaun's link, the Downunder Cruisers. Um, Shaun and his wife are fantastic folks, and
Thank you.
anything you want to know about cruising, they're going to let you know about it. So, um, and me, I have an eclectic bunch of videos all about local traveling, some cruising, some travels to Mexico, and a lot of live streams of that are about absolutely nothing. We talk about everything and nothing. So, um, what else can I promote here? Shameless promotion for our swag. Go to our spring store. You can buy, and Shaun's as well. Has his coffee mugs. I have mine here. My coffee mug with our tagline "See you later," which is what Colleen and I say when we at the end. Yep, nice shot glass. At the end of every video that we make, um, we say "See you later." So that's kind of our tagline. And then don't forget this fine charity right here, Helping Hands for Cruising. This is something that Shaun and his wife and a great group of folks have started to help people that wouldn't be able to afford to go on a cruise, or that may think that they're limited due to health reasons or whatever. They may not be able to go on a cruise, which is absolutely not the truth. Um, they can accommodate most folks on a cruise ship, and if you think you can't do it, then that's just crap, because you can. And if you can't afford it, Helping Hands for Cruising is the group that will help you afford that trip. Shaun, you want to tell us a little more about it?
Yeah, well, we've got some exciting things happening with Helping Hands for Cruising. Our inaugural cruise will be in 51 days, and our first recipient will be Kenneth Oakes, Ford man. Our next cruise will be in March of next year, and we've got a fantastic couple there by the name of James and Cindy Catanese. They're going from Tampa out to, I believe it's West Caribbean. And then I believe there's another cruise that we've got happening in, I believe it's October of next year, the Booze Cruise, as in BOO for the Halloween time. It's put on by four different channels. I think one of them is the Moonlight Adventures with Josh and his wife Chastity, and CME Travels and SCT Adventures, and also I believe Journey with the Gingers. So those four have gotten together to create a group cruise, and they are going to be going, I don't know where, I don't know the details of that, but we still want a recipient for that one. And then we've got another cruise going out of Southampton doing the Mediterranean. And there is a fine young gentleman in the works for that particular cruise. And so we just want to be able to get into the position where we've got at least a cruise going out of each continent that we're involved with, that being the US, or either the US or Canada, and the UK, and also Australia. So that's Helping Hands. We just want to get as many people involved with this lovely concept of cruising. See if we can get them to pay it forward.
If you bear with this, we're going to do this right now. We'll be right back.
Go for it.
So
Thank you for
follow,
that, Jimmy.
of
By the
course.
way, there
Follow.
is a website. It's called helpinghandsforcruising.org. And when you get onto that particular website, it'll lead you to our merch and more info, also our YouTube channel and a couple of other bits and pieces. Have a look.
Follow the QR code that's right over Shaun's right shoulder, as you can see that, and the little video that we just played. The QR code is in there as well. Remember, no small amount is what am I trying to say? No amount is too little is what I'm
Too
trying to
small.
say.
That's
It's
correct.
too small. It's too little. Um, it's early for me, um, especially since I've had this brain cloud following me. It's awful. It makes it rough to be able to go to work. It certainly takes a lot of energy to try to find the energy to make it through the day. So
Have a
hopefully this.
safe day, Hefty.
Thanks, Shaun. We'll see you later, buddy. Um, yeah, give me a call this week, Shaun. We'll talk about Colorado. Um, okay, so we've done that. We shamelessly plugged our swag. Uh, Arthur is in. We got 5 people in the chat. That's fantastic. I'm so glad that everybody's here. Um,
Yep.
it's great to have Shaun in. Next Wednesday, I will be co-hosting with him on his live stream down under Cruisers. That'll be at 6 a.m. EST, 8 p.m. Australian time, Sydney time. Um, it's
Yeah, that's
actually
close enough.
8:57 p.m. in Sydney right now. So um, it's 12:58 p.m. in Paris. It's 1:58 p.m. in Kiev. It's 6:58 p.m. in Beijing, just in case anybody was wondering. It's 3:58 in Los Angeles and 11:58 a.m. in London.
And 12:58 in Johannesburg. Manila is 18:58. Brisbane is 20:58. Honolulu is at nearly 1 o'clock a.m. and Salt Lake City is 4:58.
There you go. This is your morning time check. Do you use the 24-hour clock or the 12-hour clock?
Personally, I use the 24-hour.
Yeah, me being in the fire service, that's what we use, 24-hour. Um, a lot of laymen, they don't get it. I'll say it. It's 1836, and they'd be like, "What?" Yeah, just
18, 6, 6:36.
minus 12 from it. That's all. Minus
That's
12
it.
at the time. Um, all right, so I got 8:59, so I think we're going to call it a morning or an evening for you, my friend. As always, I
Yep.
appreciate you coming in. It's
Thank you for
always
having
fun.
me.
The time goes by quick. I use the clock behind the bar. Yeah, bar time's a little different. 6:20 a.m. false alarm. Oh, did you go out this morning for a false alarm? Matt's a firefighter as well, so.
Ah,
So don't forget PMA, positive mental attitude, positive energy will chase away that negative energy. It certainly will help your day. It'll keep you going well. Matt says, yes, sir. Yeah, 6:20 false alarm. It happens. We call those smells and bells. So yeah, don't forget PMA. Smile. When you smile, the world smiles with you. Smile at somebody. It's definitely contagious. Um, and don't forget, if somebody is a little off, uh, just think about what maybe is going on in their life. Everybody has a story, and not everybody is having a rainbow and unicorn day. They may be having some issues. So if you smile, you think positive, shake somebody's hand, give them a hug if they're so inclined. I mean, just don't go up to somebody and hug them. You may get slapped in the mouth, but make sure that they're they would reciprocate. So, but a hug definitely does a lot. So try that. Don't forget that flag behind me, and the flag where Shaun comes from, and the flag where you come from. That those flags mean way more than the cloth they've been printed on. A lot of people have put their safety in their lives to protect that flag and to protect our way of life. So also, that brings up our veterans and our first responders. Let's keep them in your thoughts every day. They put their safety on the line for us every day. So let's think about them and support them as well. So that's going to do it, Shaun. Thank you, my friend. Thanks
Pleasure.
again. I will see you sometime soon, and I will definitely see you next Wednesday. Don't forget, tomorrow night, we'll have our live stream tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. That's going to do it for me. I want to wish everybody peace and love from deep down in my heart. My name is Jimmy. And for Shaun, I'm your astute tourist. We will see you all later.
Take